Hey
Welcome
girl,
to our
guess what
attachment
time
episode.
it is?
Welcome to our attachment episode where I'm attached to you. Welcome to Cover Down.
Thank you. I'm attached to you and also this Manhattan, which I decided to make on the rocks today instead of up, which tells you.
Oh,
I know. She's all out of sorts.
I'm
Can you
very worried about
imagine
her. I
not putting it
can't.
in a cocktail glass? What's wrong with me?
You know what? Sometimes it happens. This French Pinot is brought to you by my amazing partner who got us new wine glasses.
They're cute. They look kind of
They're
diamond
Crate and
shaped.
Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. They're something in Swiss. I can't pronounce it.
I used to know the anatomy of a round cut diamond. Like, the girdle is like the facets around the around the side, and then the table is the top, and then the long
Oh,
ones at the bottom have a name that I can't remember.
how do you know that?
I to satisfy my science requirement in college, I took honors gemstones. It's like the gayest thing you can imagine. Yeah, that's a true story.
Well, Honors Gemstones is your new drag name.
Honors
And
gemstones. Oh my god. Summa
more
cum laude.
importantly, I love that there was a regular gemstones for the dum-dums like me. They're like, no. I'm so sorry. You're in regular gemstones, which is just different cubic zirconia. And
Funny you mention it. I don't remember seeing a regular gemstones in the course catalog, so I feel like there's a really interesting history behind that.
you know what it is? The professor was like, I will not teach regular. I will only teach honors gemstones. I am a brilliant gemologist, damn it.
He wrote it in his contract. He was the author of the textbook also, and let me tell you, he was delightful and eccentric, and
Obviously.
he's one of those straight guys where you're like, in a parallel universe you would be gay because it's just something about the affect and the mannerisms, but you knew 100% that man was straight.
Really?
You ever met a guy like that where you're just like, wow, you really like thin, fashionable scarves, and I know for a fact you're straight.
Yeah. 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 I went to law school with those guys. You know that.
Nice. Law school does seem like it would have, anything where there's like insufferable nerds.
Oh, I love, first of all, if you looked like a pipe cleaner in a scarf, I was like, do you want to study together?
You seem like you'd really like anime guys, like the sort of
Yeah.
thin yaoi guys.
Totally.
Yeah.
Those are my pack.
Mm-hmm.
Which was hilarious because I was kind of the linebacker of the group. You know what I mean? Just physically could take anyone down.
Girl.
They were also like sinewy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not even wiry, because I feel like wiry is thin and muscly, but sinewy is just like you could just
Yeah,
just
you
blow
could
on
just
'em.
see the tendons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, how are you? Dare I ask? We had
I mean,
a kerfuffle before the dish started. Were you getting ice?
I was late. I can't believe how late I was. And let me tell you, I had all kinds of mishaps and foibles, um, and many such things. I got home from work and I was so tired because we're doing vendor demos today, and they last like all day because we're trying to get a new system, a new
Yeah.
one of our main systems on campus. And so it's just a lot of hosting and then taking notes and then also making sure the Zoom is working for them.
You're
It's
just on all day.
all day.
You're on all day.
I
Yeah.
snuck away to like sit outside in the sun for 30 minutes and I felt bad about it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just basically a houseplant. Like, give me a fucking minute.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a minute. And so when I got home, I was like, I'm so tired. I microwaved a little box for dinner, took off all my clothes and got into bed. And
Oh, I love that.
I was just like this, as literally eating my little what do you call those things? Lean cuisine, eating my little lean cuisine in bed. And then I was watching my TV show, and then I kind of not went to sleep, but I sort of drifted off. And then I woke up and I saw that there was like a House resolution where if they don't pass it, they shut down. That basically would like take funding away from all hospitals for gender affirming care for anyone at any age. And I was like, Well, that's a great thing to wake up to. And then I saw it was 10 minutes away from covered dish, and I was like, ah! So I like...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I wanted to put on something cute, didn't fit. So then I put on this old thing. I mean, it'll do. And and then then I decided that I was going to have ice in my drink, and I had to
which slows you down.
I literally had to chisel out the ice maker. And by that point, I was just like, who else wants a piece of me today? Yeah, exactly.
There's like scrappy fucking dude, like, let me at him. And it's just like Republican lawmakers in the state house.
Yeah. And also, everything's fine except for the government. But everything is fine, and I'm just like in the mood to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get that. Oh my God, girl. Yeah. Well, you made it. Cheers.
You know what? We can have it all.
We can.
Cheers to you. Side note, I'm feeling a little self-conscious about the length of my hair. Do we feel like it's getting too British Invasion? Is it getting too Beatles?
No, I don't think so.
You like?
It's very
precision bang today.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it looks really good.
Thank you.
I just got my hair cut. Shouts to Lindsay Gilligan, who kept me from getting a 40th birthday bob.
Oh, that's not a bob. That's like some fierce layers you got going on.
No,
there.
I know. I'm saying she didn't let me do that.
Oh, she didn't let you get the 40 bob. Yeah, surely.
Yeah, she's doing the Lord's work.
Girl, your hair's the dish du jour. You're on the dish cam. Ooh. You know what this hair is? This hair is giving sexy librarian, but you have it up, and then somebody asks you like a flirtatious reference question, and then you pull the scrunchie out and go, let me see if I have that in the special collections.
Aha! They're back here. The special collections are in my pants.
Uh-oh!
Sorry, not subtle.
Oh my God.
But that leads beautifully into our topic. I'm not subtle. I've never been subtle, though, so I love me for that.
We never claimed to be subtle.
But I think because I was supposed to be growing up, in the culture I was in. But shouts to, I've been thinking about this because, well, it's my sister's birthday week, and she's my best friend, so I've been thinking about it.
Happy birthday, Jen.
And happy birthday, Jen. And, we were really raised by so many strong women whose husbands were all dead, who all were like, don't get married. And we could be loud and we could be boisterous and we were girls, but we never felt that, there was pressure at school and there was pressure at church because we went to Catholic school and there's all these other places, but truly at home, I never really felt that pressure to mute myself in the way that so many young girls and young people did.
Yeah.
And like, my sister is the funniest fucking person I know. She's hilarious. And people are like, oh my God, you're a comedian. And I was like, man, if Jen ever took the stage, it would be over for these fools. And by these fools, I mean me and everyone else. Like, she's so funny.
Yeah.
And in thinking kind of about like attachment styles, I was reading about kind of upbringing and where all this stuff comes from. And it was a really interesting pre-read for the dish. I don't know what pre-read you did. I just did it while I was waiting for you.
I didn't do any of this episode, but I was thinking about, like, most of my foundational understanding of attachment comes from Polysecure by Jessica Fern. Mm-hmm. And great book. If you are new or experienced in polyamory, I really recommend it. And she builds off of the, like, the understanding that already existed in the work. From, albeit a very heteronormative lens, and she makes it more queer.
Okay.
But the attachment styles hold up, and there's only like 4 of them. But they make a lot of sense.
Well, what are the 4?
Well, okay, I know there's anxious attachment, and there's avoidant attachment. Mm-hmm. And then there's anxious avoidant, and then, which is kind of like an inconsistent mix of the two. And then there's a 4th one I don't remember. Do you remember what it is?
Secure attachment? No? We don't want that one. No?
Somebody get in the chat and look it up. I remember anxious, and I remember anxious and avoidant because those are the 2 that I resonated with the most, and it is all about me. So
they're full of avoidant.
I think there is another like axis on that graph that is secure and insecure.
Oh. Avoidant, dismissive, anxious, preoccupied. Yeah, anyways. Well, we'll focus on anxious and avoidant. Those are the two hot ones. The
Yeah.
hottest people have those.
I used to think I was avoidant attachment. Now I think I'm anxious attachment. I don't know what changed, but first of all, I didn't know what attachment was for the longest time, you know?
Mhm.
Because first of all, it's like attachment theory is not something we talk about generally now anyway. You know, I feel like people love languages are more in the general consciousness than attachment types.
Yeah, but love languages are easy. Love languages don't point out your flaws.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Love
true.
languages are like, I like getting gifts. It's like, yeah, no shit. Everybody likes getting gifts. But I like words of affirmation more than getting gifts. It's like, okay.
Yeah, there's something like very BuzzFeed quiz like inconsequential about it, whereas
Yeah,
like
like what Harry Potter house are you? Like, I don't give a fuck if you're a Slytherin. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, attachment types are like why do you push people away? Why do you sabotage your own relationships and what trauma are you trying to heal? It's like it's not a light topic.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So I used to think that I was avoidant attachment because I like when I was starting out dating people, I had this whole spiel that I would give people that was like, I'm not interested in traditional relationships. I don't believe in them. And if either one of us catch feelings, then we have like we have like we are fully entitled to the eject lever.
Damn.
Yeah, I set up this whole thing to make sure that intimacy was not even a possibility because I was afraid of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't know you did that.
I know, I'm so healthy.
College?
Yeah, college age. I was like, so, you know, I had a little bit of experimental sex in high school, and it was terrible. It was like with the only other out person I knew in high school.
Always terrible. Always. Here's the thing. You're always like, your first queer experience, if it's not, let's just get real on the dish, if it's not a massive age gap, because really like there is a coming of age in our culture that like is just part of it. Like my first girlfriend was like, you know, my first girlfriend in college was like 15 years older than me. I was 20. She was in her mid 30s. And that to other people sounds so weird. And it's like, it's kind of the passing of the baton a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if it is with someone who is as green as you are in high school and college, it's a fuck mess. Like nobody knows what they're doing. You know?
No, it's all bad. There's no like, you know, being swept off your feet because I think most people are too scared to really
it takes real vulnerability
and trust to like imagine being swept off your feet by somebody you don't know.
Oh my God.
That to me is like, especially now, is like almost unimaginable.
Well, okay, I want to get to attachment styles, but also my partner swept me off my feet and I did not know her.
So I love that.
But she swept me off her feet, our feet, with a collective knowledge of
we both tripped and fell.
Yes. With like an incredible knowledge of racial justice and breaking down white men when talking about it.
Wow. Brooke, I mean...
Very niche content for me.
Yeah. Very specific turn on, I have to say.
It was, you know, I'm thinking of it because I literally just told this story. So for those of you who don't know, my partner and I met doing kind of racial justice work. Not kind of. We did. That's how we met.
Actually doing it.
Yeah, the kind of. I've been censoring myself and trying, you know, and then I just want to be my motherfucking self. So I'm trying to whatever.
That's what we're here for, baby.
So many qualifiers. Anyways, and I'll never forget. We were in this incredible session, and we just had so many breakthroughs. And work we were doing was a majority white room. So I kind of did the heavier lift numbers wise, right? Certainly not work wise with the white folks. I went through more white savior over here. And this white guy had like this incredible breakthrough, incredible guy, really earnest, trying to do the work, trying to like, you know, just unravel the shit in his brain from his entire life in the Midwest, you know? And we all get back together and he is leading this group and he's like, all right, guys, like, you know, Thank you, Brooke and Natalie. Like, y'all are amazing. And I just have to say, like, this is going to be our focus. Really got to get focused. We got to crack the whip on this.
And now I know who this is, too.
And the room goes deathly silent because he knows what he said.
Yeah.
And at this point, he is sitting next to my now wife. And my now wife is like, yep, this is the point. This is the shit that falls out your purse. Falls out your purse, right? And he's like, oh my God. 3 years later, he finally talked to her about it. I think we were in a hot tub. And he was like, I need to process this.
And I'm sure at that point she's like, great, this is exactly where I want to talk about this too, you know?
Yeah, it was like having a gin and tonic with my wife in a hot tub. And the white man's like, can I process? And then, my wife, she's like, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So she's amazing. But I think, to your point about getting swept off your feet when you're younger, I think you just are pulled to people who fit those puzzle pieces of your attachment style, and it's like pure fucking id, right? And there's no guardrails.
Yeah. Well, and it's so much guessing when you're young because you have no self-awareness. You don't even know what you like. And so you're just kind of trying it out, but then you don't know how to protect yourself. So it's like, not only are you less willing to get vulnerable, but I think you're more likely to get inadvertently hurt somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I don't miss that part. Yeah. And then, so I had some like experimental stuff with someone that we like, oh, you're gay, I'm gay, let's try it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Big surprise. Right. We weren't compatible in so many ways. And then when I was in college, I was just like, you know what? I'm really frustrated by this whole like innocence thing. Like, I just want to get it over with. And so that's what got me on this, like, this series of, I won't even say dating, but like hooking up with older men. Because I thought, oh, they're more experienced. They're more likely to be ethical, which we now know is not necessarily the case. Can't imagine.
Well, I do get the concept of like they may have a little more understanding of
right. Like at the very least,
boundaries and consent, right? Even if you didn't have the language for that yet.
Yeah. Like at the very least, they're gonna know how to fold their laundry. You know, like the bar is very low.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And now we know that's true. Also, anyways, keep going.
Yeah. So, I mean, no, it was just like, tried out a few different things, and then that turned out to be not quite it either. And that's when I was around that time that I developed this whole PowerPoint presentation, I'll call it, about like, well, I'm only in it for these very specific things, and it's going to be friends with benefits and nothing more than that, right? Which, it doesn't work that way.
Ooh, hold on, there's a special gift.
Is it Kingston? It better be Kingston. Or else I want my money back!
He ran away.
Oh, no. What a tease.
Away. So he's been at the door. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get you. Oh, he won't come in.
He says, my mother, who got me into this business, told me to make them want more and then don't give it to them.
He did run from me very actively, but he will be on the dish before the night is over. But, I think that to your point about kind of like setting those boundaries, right? So you're setting them so you're like, I don't have to get hurt because you won't, be allowed to hurt.
Yeah. So I used to think I was avoidant because I had all of this like fear of intimacy stuff, but I don't think I had even gotten to the attachment part yet. Like I hadn't even experienced attachment until I got into my kind of first and only serious relationship to date.
Yeah.
And I told Monty the same thing, by the way. I was like,
and what did he say?
This is not a relationship. We're just blah, blah, blah. And I mean, at first, he had his own things with attachment.
Here we go.
And, oh my goodness. He doesn't look real. He literally looks like you went to build a dog and you had a stuffed animal created that, oh my God, stop it. I can't handle it. Oh my God. Do you know how many clicks we're going to get from this alone? This is the thumbnail now.
Thumbnail.
It's me staring over at I wish you could see what this looked like. It looks like I'm just staring lovingly at Kingston through the Zoom window. Mm. I have my my monitor over here set up on the side of me where it looks like I'm looking at you, because if something's really interesting or you're on the dish cam, that I want to like make it look like to the audience that I'm looking at you, but I'm still just looking at myself.
Girl, look, we stand for self-indulgence on the dish. Yeah, thank you. Look,
what is the narcissistic attachment type? Because, honey, come over to my camera. Yeah, Kingston. Oh my God, completely derailed. And you know what? I'm not even mad about it.
Oh, the single lady. Oh, the single lady.
He looks so happy too. He's like, I'm having fun with my mom.
He is. He's all right.
Yeah.
All right, you gonna take care of that?
Oh, that baby face.
The baby.
So anyway, once I did get into the stage where I kind of understood attachment and I was willing to actually let someone in, then I realized like I can't be apart from people because I fall apart.
That's what's interesting. In this first relationship where you're now, you know what I mean? It's fascinating, really. Yeah. Because you're in a situation where I think that's what it is like as you get into adult relationships and you realize like, oh, what happens when I actually do trust someone or let someone in or try to be vulnerable? Yeah. And now I'm the hook for playing fetch because of that. So
yeah. It's a great question. Girl, tell me about your attachment type. Where you at in that star map?
Well, let me just start with, I had this really interesting experience in Punta Cana, right? And I...
So it's very Sex in the City storytelling.
I went on a girls' trip to Punta Cana in June, and I hung out with a bunch of girls that I grew up with, right? And we don't stay in touch. We're on a group thread, and we text, but like it's the kind of friendships where we just pick up, right? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, we'll be there.
Yeah.
And one of the friends was so interesting, and the five of us are amazing. We're like a movie. I mean, there's a nurse who delivers babies. There's now a lawyer, but she used to be a teacher. Me, another lawyer, incredible pastry chef, and a psychiatrist. Like, it's just awesome.
That's cool.
Just a great group of really interesting people. Like,
a demolition specialist.
Right, exactly.
A safe cracker. Yeah.
It's like the movie Atlantis, the Disney movie. Like,
yes, exactly.
Down, right? And I'm like, definitely need a pastry chef and 2 lawyers. Said no one ever. Anyways, one of the friends, a psychiatrist actually, we were hanging out, and she's like, you have always had an ability to see people and to pull out of them things that no one else can get out of them. And I was like, nah, like, you're crazy. And then I was like, And I was like, that is probably that is my attachment. That is not a good thing necessarily. But if I meet someone and I'm like, there's something there, there's a nugget there, I have to scratch it and I have to get it. I don't know what that is exactly. Oh my God, he just stole my spin shoe. What a little dick.
I think you like connecting with people. Well, I think you see the best in people. You want to connect with them, and you see it as...
it's almost a competition.
Oh, that's how you feel about it?
Well, I think that's why it's anxious.
Oh, yeah, totally.
They have a hard time being single. They might enjoy dating. They enjoy being flirting, seduced, receiving attention, reassurance, confidence boost. But I think early on, what was giving me that confidence boost is getting to see sides of people that no one else saw. Yeah. And I was like, but I know them that deeply, right? Right. And then I also do think I have, separately from that, an incredible emotional depth to get people and pull them out. And I'm truly not trying to honk my own horn, but I think those two things, I figured out how to separate them and run them in parallel. But when I was younger, it was all one, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I think both the anxious and avoidant attachment types are about how you respond to the fear of losing attachment or of like fear of people not being there for you when you need them. And
Yeah.
the avoidant type is like, well, I'm going to push them away before they can hurt me or before they can abandon me. And the anxious one is like, it's not working. I have to try harder. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I know that so well. And I'm like, what was the story last week I told about the woman with the daggers and the precious moments? Was that last week?
That was.
God, it feels like yesterday.
Which rude. I'm right here.
She had a giant bear on her bed. Anyways.
Yeah.
But I do think there is like something to the double down in that immaturity of like, no, I'm gonna get you. And I was very much in that space, and it's like, this isn't a competition. And I was like, not to you. You know what I mean? It was super that, which is not great.
It's a competition that you don't know I've already won.
Girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the dishes, I had teased on the promo a story about the dishes. And it was just really that, I think where I was going with that when we were talking about this topic was like, the funny thing now is I used to think attachment was all about sex.
Me too.
You know, because like intimacy.
Well, I think that's how it starts, right? Mentally.
Yeah, and also
but now,
like
we're all just baby chicks going around being like, "Are you my mother?" You know what I mean?
I think there's something in the popular culture about us, like intimacy is all about sex, and I actually think they're two different things. Like they're often happening at 100%. The same time, but like so my thing is my attachment figure, the person that I go to when I want to, like, I'm not feeling safe and I want to be restored back to like emotional equilibrium. I will have more of an issue if my attachment figure does like domestic things that they usually do with me, more so than sex. And everyone's different, right? But like, I feel like my whole thing is like, you know, sex is something that can be intimate, but it's also something that can just be kind of fun, right? Like we put way too much seriousness around sex, in my opinion.
100%.
I would be, if my partner ironed bed sheets for somebody else,
riots.
I would lose people would die. Like, what do you mean you dropped them off at the airport? Like that's way more intimate to me.
Oh my God, yes. We have a friend, a big fan of the dish, and I remember the first time we won't reveal his name, but now his fiance picked him up from the airport, and he's like, oh yeah, and he brought flowers and a coffee, and I was like, oh, it's over for these bitches. Because it's like, yeah, like, sex is great, but you know what's great? Getting picked up from the airport.
Yeah.
Like,
right. And who's, like, someone who's gonna be there for you.
Yes.
Like, you can't put a price on that.
No, I love, I know we're over time, but we'll wrap up here. I love my love language at the airport. You got to pick me up with an ice cold sparkling water. And it was so funny because my partner picked me up from the airport and left the sparkling water at the house. So we came home to it. And they were like, I forgot the sparkling water. And I was like, it's already out. Thank you.
You know what? Don't even worry about it. Here it is.
I know. It was amazing. I was like, oh, fine. But I love sparkling water. What do you like from the airport pickup?
The airport pickup, you know, I don't really need a whole lot from the airport pickup except like, oh, I know what it is. It's like, don't worry about putting that bag in the car. I got it. It's so simple.
Oh yeah.
But it's just
so
like,
nice.
Oh, let me put the bag in the car.
And then so many fucking times at this point.
And then also, like, I don't need a door held open for me, okay? Like, I know this is part of my own feminist hang-ups, like, you know, whatever. I don't need a door held open for me. But after a long day of travel, when someone picks me up from the airport, when I say someone, I mean my partner. Like, if my partner picks me up from the airport and is, like, willing to put my bag in the car and then, like, opens the door for me and is like, welcome home, that is just, like, that's it.
I get that. But you know what? That's less about...
Amore.
It's not about chivalry. It's just about care. Deep and meaningful care.
Exactly. And what is chivalry anyway? I still don't really understand it. Maybe that's a topic for the next week.
It is a topic for the next week. Anyways, we're over time. You are a delight. I'm okay.
And a treasure.
Girl, I love you. I love our topics. Next week it's on chivalry, bitches. We're talking about it.
Hey. All right, see you next time on Cover Dish. Bye.
This little asshole